And all this happened within the tower. God's preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate, of this I am certain. There exists a myriad kinds of void sense. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through it. 'Twould seem that Xandi sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness to enter into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void sense is capable of.
However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them?
I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The situation is bleak, and they aren't real people, and Nero's kind of a dick. Though void sense can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have not ever been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends still live.
Damn it! I feel so helpless. And jacked. And the fact that I am, believe it or not, only in my 30s. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Uni. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. I've known them for like a whole hour. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission. A mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years, and besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Xandi's Dark Covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis duty to prevent the worst of it from coming to pass.
Ever since meeting Uni and Doga, you have not quite been yourself. Tell me true, is all well with your eye?
I honestly cannot say. Maybe I always grab it like this. Don't make a big deal of it. I only know there is a memory I must recall. As a child, my father told me the truth of our eye rests with Alig. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it.
I am with Graha, and however slim the odds, we must try to save Uni and Doga. And that bastard Nero as well. If only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we have known them, but briefly, I would say 1 to 2 hours, Doga and Uni are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts and literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned.
Why is there literature under stones?
Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would say 2.5-ish. I would ask that you be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can, for when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength.
We'll save them yet, Meteor. Mark my words. Maybe get some coffee. Play some of that space game you've helped work on. I may do that, Sid. I may do that.
Meteor. It is good that you are come and you actually never left. I have news you must be made aware of in this 4 to 5 minutes you've been gone. Alas, none of it bodes well for us. Uni, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm.
Think back on our last foray into the circus tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Zandi. But you, Meteor, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. You'll never have any reason to think about Zandi or Anon ever again, ever, ever, ever. That would be ridiculous. Yet, the Emperor had sealed a binding covenant with the terrible void scent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Uni labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them, and Nero, out of our realm.
Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Uni, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Zandi's orders and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open for only Uni and Doga, so too will the tower heed only those with the royal blood of Alec.
'Tis a most galling design, granted. This was not always so vexatious, according to Allegan tombstone that Nero presented us with. During the golden age of Alec, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Amon and his underlings could have never controlled the Crystal Tower.
But we do have either this art or... We do not have this art or any with royal blood. We've looked around, nobody's eyes are red at all. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which Cloud of Darkness can enter our realm threatens to open.
Doesn't he have a red eye? Has nobody seen his red eye?
Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Zandi's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the ladder would suffice. But then, what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like the one that destroyed Alec. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat.
We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use the circus's power for our own purposes, to create a portal to carry us to the Dark Realm. Yeah, what could go wrong? Let's just tear a rift in the void, big enough to walk through.
We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturgist Guild well versed in otherworldly matters. And with Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway, and... here comes the man himself.
I haven't done those quests yet. Oh, Sid. Yeah, okay. I thought you meant the Thaumaturge stuff. Meteor, just the man we need.
Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors?
Quite well. The device is nearly ready. Though attaching the damnable thing to the circus tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got. But it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open the rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8 Sentinels as guides, but do hurry, Meteor. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? No. Well, It certainly seems to have Sid seems to certainly have a firm hand on the helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower?
Absolutely, buddy. Come on, best boy. Let's get out of here. Cool. Hagris, good morning, and thank you. Kitsune, hello. Stream goes well. I mean, it's way outside of my normal hours. Normally, I wake up, you know, around 2 hours from now. I go live around 4 to 5 hours from now. So well outside of typically the hours I work. But I mean, we cover live letters, so like, it's not that I can't do this. Twice per patch. But it is an unnatural hour. And live letters are mostly us sitting there listening and chatting with you guys. And this is a great deal more focused than that. Sometimes I stay up late, like when we were doing Savage Prog and stuff, but I am a night owl, not a morning person. Here we go.
Meteor! I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom! But it should be fine, really. Anyway, you best wait at the top. Our chief there's overseeing the whole operation.
You got it, buddy. I'm glad we're leaving people up here, because if like a rift were to open, we would want somebody to report that back. I was a little nervous that we were just leaving it open. Okay. My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Is something I said atypical? Obviously, we're always opening rifts to other worlds. Ah, Emperor Zandy's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Aleg's art and power. Now it is nothing more than a empty chair. Just imagine if Allegan civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on that throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Zandy and his ambition.
There were those who tried. Zandy's war of dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted by the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Aleg. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But this is merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Aleg's heart for the kill, Zandy lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Zandy desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness coming. And to this end, he commanded the sun's power, held within Dalamud, to be emptied into the Circus Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. circus was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood.
The fourth umbral calamity. I learned of its cause from Uni and Doga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Xandi to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Allagan history is astounding, Graha. Why, a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know.
Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things.
Yes? Ah! Biggs! Are you ready?
Ready and raring to open up that void gates, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of Agrius. So, just give us the word and we'll start channeling energy to the tower.
Just to be clear, we don't want the gate to get big enough that a big void sent could come through. So we are making a void sent gate to them big enough for 5 airships. Oh. Good. Then let's get started. Our preparations are complete. Everyone, step away from the throne. Yeah, what could go wrong? I've watched enough Star Trek to know that a bunch of nameless people in matching uniforms, nothing bad ever happens to them. All right, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs! We're doing it. We're doing it. Yay? Ah, this was a good idea. Yes! We made a big void gate! Oh, I have serious concerns.
Ah, a rift to the void world of darkness, as Uni called it. Splendid work. I believe this is what they were trying to avoid, Master Garland. I'm glad we could achieve it.
We can't break out the meat just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. Say 24? I, for one, will remain here to ensure the void gate stays open.
As will the sons of Saint Cognac. The rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves Meteor, my friend. 'Tis a heavy burden I must task you with, but there are none more able besides the 23 like you. Pray lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. 'Tis our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving.
What could go wrong? It's only the Alliance raid single-handedly most likely to cause multiple wipes across multiple bosses.
Might I have a moment of your time, Meteor? There is a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave.
Sure. Yeah. Is it about your eyeball headaches? I hope it's about his eyeball headaches. I have a lot of questions about those, because he doesn't get those in the future. Maybe he's got Allegan Advil.
Meteor, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Allegan royalty. Long I have pondered why such is my inheritance, because I don't understand what the word royalty means. The sanguine hue must have something bearing upon my destiny. This much Doga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learned of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow meeting those two clones has wrought a great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the self-same ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with Alec. Mayhap what I wish to remember in these words are related, mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes. So, I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. Allow me to be your 25th man. You have my thanks, friend. Now let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm.